What if I told you the ocean once belonged to creatures more terrifying than dinosaurs? Before the first pyramid was built, before humans ever sailed, colossal predators roamed the deep with jaws that could crush cars, eyes as big as dinner plates, and bodies longer than buses. These weren't myths, they were real, and they ruled the sea for millions of years. Today, on Seaography, discover the forgotten giants that once ruled Earth's oceans. Let's go back. Not thousands, but over 500 million years ago. The ocean was Earth's first cradle of life, and it exploded with strange, alien-like species in what scientists call the Cambrian explosion. Anomalocaris was the first top predator in history. Opabinia, 5 eyes, one long clawed nose. It looks like a creature from another planet, but it's real. These early creatures set the stage for what was to come. True predators. None of these creatures had bones, but they shaped the blueprint of ocean life forever. The Cambrian Sea wasn't just weird, it was revolutionary. Jump forward to the Devonian era, about 400 million years ago. Scientists call it the Age of Fishes. But these weren't the goldfish you're thinking of. Dunkleosteus, 30 feet long, covered in armor, with bone-crushing jaws that opened faster than a bullet. Helicoprion, a spiral jaw like a buzzsaw. For decades, no one knew how its mouth even worked. Some called it the toilet seat shark, until fossils revealed its true design, a deadly meat slicer. This predator leapt from the water onto land before dinosaurs ever existed. These were not fish as we know them. They were evolutionary weapons. While dinosaurs roamed the land, monsters ruled the sea. Kronosaurus, a 33-foot marine reptile with flippers and a skull the size of a car. It hunted turtles and other reptiles, using brute force and speed. Pliosaurus funki, one of the deadliest sea reptiles ever found. Nicknamed Predator X, it had a bite 4 times stronger than T-Rex. Basilosaurus, not a dinosaur, but a prehistoric whale with a snake-like body over 50 feet long. It wasn't gentle, it was a carnivore. These weren't myths. We've dug up their bones, their teeth, and even their fossilized stomach contents. The sea wasn't a hiding place, it was a battlefield. The most iconic monsters of all, Megalodon, the largest shark in history. Up to 60 feet long, with 7-inch teeth. It could bite a whale in half, literally. Livyatan melville, a whale that ate other whales. It had 40 razor-sharp teeth and battled Megalodon for food. The giant squid, still alive today, but unseen for centuries, with eyes the size of basketballs and tentacles strong enough to strangle submarines. The ocean still hides secrets. 80% of it remains unexplored, and every year, new species are discovered that we can't even classify. What else is out there? Maybe the greatest sea monster hasn't been found yet, a deep-sea legend that confounded scientists for decades, the Tullimonstrum, also known as the Tully monster. With eye stalks, a jaw-tipped trunk, and no bones, it was unlike anything alive today. Some say it was a vertebrate, others believe it belonged to no known group. But what is clear? It thrived in low-oxygen waters, where few predators could follow. Next, let's return to the Devonian period, also called the Age of Fishes. Here, we meet a forgotten predator, Cladocelake, an ancient shark-like creature. But it had no scales, no heavy armor. Instead, it relied on speed and agility, reaching up to 70 centimeters in length and razor-sharp teeth to catch armored prey. It had forked tails and perfectly streamlined fins. Modern sharks still mimic their design, proof that nature rarely improves on perfection. Then we dive even deeper, 300 million years ago, to the Carboniferous seas, where a creature named Orthocanthus ruled freshwater swamps. This long, eel-like shark had a spine protruding from the back of its head, which it likely used for both intimidation and defense. Its double-fanged jaws and ability to thrive in murky, low-oxygen water made it one of the top predators of its time. Imagine a mix between an eel, shark, and spinefish. That's Orthocanthus. And finally, we uncover a fossil so strange, it was once believed to be fake. The Adestus, also called the scissor-tooth shark. Its teeth were arranged in a vertical, curling jaw that looked like garden shears. Scientists still debate how it bit. Did it clamp, saw, crush, Whatever the method, Odestus hunted in open water, and its bite pattern suggests it targeted large, slow prey, perhaps even armored fish or squid. Pleistocene epoch, known for woolly mammoths and saber-toothed cats. But while the land froze over, the oceans remained a deadly realm, and one of its most powerful hunters was the Leviathan melvillei, a massive predatory whale, over 55 feet long, with teeth bigger than a human forearm. Leviathan didn't filter feed like modern baleen whales. It hunted other whales, giant squid, and probably anything that swam too close. Its bite force rivaled Megalodon, and its name comes from the biblical Leviathan, for good reason. But Leviathan wasn't alone. Around the same time, the Orcanus cetoniensis, an ancestor to the modern orca, was evolving. Smaller, faster, and highly intelligent, they began forming pods and strategies, marking the start of social marine predators. The Ice Age oceans also teemed with bizarre creatures like the Desmetophoca, an extinct seal with unusually long limbs and a powerful bite. Its fossils show a unique adaptation, the ability to hunt in dark, frozen waters by echolocating prey beneath the ice. Even as glaciers carved continents and ice sheets trapped megafauna on land, the sea remained wild, ancient, and full of monsters that adapted not to heat, but to darkness, depth, and the silence of a frozen world. Coelacanth, a fish believed extinct for 66 million years, until it was found alive in 1938 off the coast of South Africa. This living fossil dates back 400 million years. Its limb-like fins and ancient physiology give us a glimpse into the earliest steps of evolution from sea to land. How did it survive unnoticed for so long? That mystery remains unsolved. Another ancient survivor is the horseshoe crab. Not a true crab, this creature's lineage goes back 450 million years, predating dinosaurs. Its blue blood is medically valuable, used in vaccine safety tests today. But this creature also survived 5 mass extinctions, adapting with minimal changes. The goblin shark, often called the living fossil shark, lurks in the ocean's twilight zones. Its lineage dates back 125 million years. With a long, flattened snout and terrifying jaw projection, it looks like something out of a nightmare. And that's because it is prehistoric. Then there's the nautilus, a shelled cephalopod that has barely changed in over 500 million years. These slow-moving scavengers represent an evolutionary design that simply worked and never needed updating. They were swimming in Earth's oceans before plants even grew on land. Leadsichthys, the largest bony fish to ever exist. Estimated to be up to 55 feet long, this gentle giant lived during the Jurassic period. Despite its enormous size, it wasn't a predator. It filtered plankton, much like today's whales. But imagine swimming beside a fish bigger than a bus. Not a shark, not a whale, but a fish. Next, meet Tylosaurus, the top predator of the late Cretaceous oceans. This mosasaur stretched up to 45 feet and had a second set of teeth in its throat called pterygoid teeth, ensuring prey could never escape once swallowed. It devoured fish, sharks, other reptiles, even birds that got too close to the water. Fossils found in the middle of North America prove the entire area was once underwater. Now, for something you wouldn't want to see in the shadows. Dunkleosteus. This 33-foot placoderm wasn't sleek, it was armored. Its head was covered in bony plates, and instead of teeth, it had razor-sharp bony ridges strong enough to slice through steel, if it existed then. Its bite could exert over 8,000 pounds of pressure, enough to crack open turtle shells like eggs. Ever heard of the Shastasaurus? Unlike other ichthyosaurs, this one was peaceful and gigantic, around 70 feet in length. That's longer than most whales today. It likely hunted squid or smaller fish using suction feeding, roaming the Triassic seas like a silent submarine. These titans weren't just anomalies. They were the result of millions of years of evolution. Massive sizes, terrifying adaptations, and complete oceanic dominance. When we dive today, we're only skimming the surface of a forgotten world. The placoderms, early armored fishes that thrived 400 million years ago. The most terrifying among them? You've met it before. Dunkleosteus. But it wasn't alone. Species like Bothriolepis roamed the sea floor, protected by thick armor. Though only a meter long, they swam in massive groups, living proof that early evolution prioritized defense over speed. Another strange armored marvel? The acanthodians, known as spiny sharks. Not sharks as we know them, but hybrid-like ancestors that shared traits of bony and cartilaginous fish. They were fast, aggressive, and packed with fin spines for defense. Think of them as prototypes for today's open ocean hunters. And here's where it gets truly fascinating. Many of these armored creatures didn't survive because they were too specialized. When the ecosystem shifted or oxygen levels dropped, their protection became a burden. Only the adaptable and the ruthless survived.